He said you people.
More trouble in Ross Perot's camp. One of his key advisors is out. Police from across the country protest a controversial rap song called Cop Killer. And the money crunch. Tonight, what's behind the new interest in American cars and how you can cash in on it. This is the CBS Evening News. Live from Madison Square Garden in New York, site of the Democratic National Convention, Dan Rather reporting. Good evening. It's a big night here for Bill Clinton, the night he officially gets the Democratic presidential nomination. But the big political story at this hour is in Dallas, where a key player in the Ross Perot campaign has quit. Bill Lagatuda is in Dallas, live with the latest. Bill?
Dan, Ed Rollins came to work here at the Ross Perot campaign today knowing this would be his last day on the job. He has been angry for some time because the candidate has not been taking his suggestions on items ranging from running television ads to getting out front on the issues. And so, in the latest controversy to hit this campaign, Ed Rollins late today quit in frustration.
Mr. Perot and I see two different ways of getting to the presidency, and I think if we would have tried to continue to work them out, the conflict would have gotten more severe, and I think it's just best that at this point in time that I step aside, let him run his kind of campaign.
Rollins, who managed Ronald Reagan's presidential campaign in 1984, joined Perot in June along with Hamilton Jordan from the Jimmy Carter White House. Two highly paid political professionals Perot said he needed to win the election. Now, Rollins says Perot doesn't want his kind of advice.
It wasn't a question of him being handled or not being handled. No one's ever going to handle Ross Perot, and I think that's part of the uniqueness of his candidacy.
I had this discussion with Ed and Hamilton when they were brought in that we intended to run an unconventional campaign. I think we've just simply been unable to agree on how that ought to best be done. Ed had one.
Interestingly, it was Hamilton Jordan who's been rumored all this week on the verge of resignation, but Jordan was named manager of the campaign tonight. So for the moment, Jordan stays, Rollins is gone. Oddly enough, Ross Perot may choose to use this or try to his advantage to show the nation he is not going to be handled by professionals. Or, as other analysts may suggest tonight, this could be the beginning of the end of the Ross Perot campaign. At least it's one controversy after another. Dan?
Interesting to see Bill Lagatuda in Dallas. Thanks. Here at the Democratic Convention, there's quite a buzz about Perot's trouble down on the floor, but there's other news here, too. The new and reformed Teamsters Union is endorsing Bill Clinton. The first time in quite a while, the union has backed a Democrat for president. All this comes as Clinton is about to get the nomination. Let's turn now to the floor. Madison Square Garden, CBS News correspondent Bill Plant. Bill, you can feel excitement building on the floor tonight.
Absolutely, because Mario Cuomo, Dan, one of the great political orators, is going to nominate Bill Clinton. Now, in their secret hearts, a lot of these delegates probably wish that it was Mario Cuomo getting the nomination instead of making it. But given the fact that he had so much trouble making up his own mind about whether to go for it, well, who knows?
Psst. Watch Clinton's face when I announce I really am going to run for president as well.
Cuomo and a lot of other Democrats have been thinking about that ever since he unloaded on Ronald Reagan and brought down the House at the '84 convention.
There is despair, Mr. President, in the faces that you don't see, in the places that you don't visit, in your shining city.
It was pretty clear there was no love lost between Clinton and Cuomo earlier this year. Cuomo has told people not to expect an emotional repeat of his '84 speech. He says he'll be more like a lawyer making his case.
I want you to understand that you have an obligation to vote for Bill Clinton, that it's an urgent matter to make him the president of the United States of America.
For his part, Clinton told Dan Rather in an interview today what he expects from Cuomo's speech.
First, I want him to be a clear voice, a conscience for the Democratic Party. Second,